we're going to be racing this Plymouth Duster in the Nonamenationals event. In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what that event is, about this car, what we're going to do to get it on the road in the next 30 days, and who we're looking to race. Alright, so Nonamenationals event is a YouTube creator exhibit and race that's going to be taking place in Sikeston, Missouri, September 30th and October 1st. I'm sure a bunch of your favorite creators are going to be there, so it's a great opportunity to see these cars in person and be able to see them race, you know, have a chat, meet with folks. I'm really looking forward to meeting some of you guys there. I'm hoping that you guys can make it. I will put a link in the description below. You can check that out and learn a little bit more about the event. I will for sure be there, and hopefully I will be there showing off and racing this 74 Plymouth Duster. Alright, so big thanks to the creators and sponsors of the event. So John Wilburn, the man behind it all. Also Dallas from the AHRA and Buzz from Roadkill Customs. Thank you guys for setting this up for us. Alright, in case you're new to the channel, my name's Marcos, and this is basically a beginner hot rodding channel. So I'm a beginner. This is my first car project, and I make videos about the experience of kind of being new in this hot rodding space, and as I'm learning things, making videos about that, making videos about the progress on this car. And then I got a 69 El Camino behind you that is going to be the next car that we work on. Alright, so I'm very much into the DIY side of things. So far on this car, and I'll give you a walkthrough in a minute, I have done basically everything on this car with the exception of some of the engine machining work. So it's not all perfect. It's pretty, there's a few things that are pretty rough, but hey, you got to start somewhere, and you'll never make great things without first making a few mistakes along the way. So hopefully you guys can learn from some of my mistakes as I share those in these videos. So a little bit about this car. So this is a 74 Plymouth Duster 360. This is an original 360, and this is the original 360 to the car. My uncle bought this car new back in '74, and he gave it to me when I was in high school. So I started getting serious about this build and started the channel 2 years ago. So if you go back and see, you can see where it was, you know, totally rough, and it was mostly taken apart already, and I've been working the last 2 years to get it in the state where it is today, where basically engine is built up, ready to go, and body work is mostly done. We had a lot of rust and stuff to fix along the way, and to be honest, I didn't even know how to weld when I started. So definitely have made some great progress, but we need to make huge progress in the next 30 days if we have a chance of being able to race this at the Nonamenationals. Alright, so as I said, I'm really into the DIY, but I'm also really into street cars and driving what you're working on. So the plan for this car, not only to take it to the Nonamenationals, but I'm hoping to drive it the 7 hours from Cincinnati down to Sikeston, be able to run it down the track a few times, and have the reliability to be able to drive it back. It's a little bit of a stretch, I know, but you know, that's what goals are for. Alright, so let me tell you a little bit more about the work that has been done on the car. So starting in the front, engine, it took me, like I said, I'm a beginner, it took me the better part of a year working, you know, a couple hours a week to get my engine built up, but it's running pretty strong right now. Feeling good about that. Alright, body, a lot of body work. Did paint it myself. It's decent. It's a 10-foot paint job for sure, but it's pretty good. Seats in good shape, dash in good shape, steering wheel, got all of that rebuilt. And in the back side, my rear def 8 1/4 rear end, it's in good shape. My transmission also in good shape. That one, thankfully, I didn't have to do much on. And unfortunately, that's about all that's done. We have a ton of stuff to do. So taking a look at the list, front suspension and steering, getting the power steering done. I'm fighting through that right now. You guys will hear more about that tomorrow. Full rewire. The electrical system in this car was a mess, so we're gonna rewire the whole thing from scratch. Gotta get the lights, the blinkers, like actually have to buy lights, find lights and everything, so that'll suck a little bit. brake system. So this is originally a front disc car, which is cool. As you can see, they're pretty rough. So gotta basically rebuild everything. Even the pedals are not in the car. So gotta go through. You can see more of the brake parts over here. The whole system needs to rebuild, lines and everything. That's gonna be a big one. Fuel tank and line needs to get cleaned up. All right, gotta hook up the gauges and stuff. Cooling system, that one I feel really good about actually. So I picked up this new aluminum, what is this? Engineering cooling products. And I'm feeling really good about the cooling system because of that. And we did run that on the test end. We did fire up the engine before. So feeling good there, but still needs to get put in the car. Diff isn't, like I said, diff is good. It just needs some oil. Trans lines, probably got to do some alignment on it. Drive shaft, right now there's no drive shaft, so got to get a drive shaft that'll fit it. Wheels and tires, I got backs on. They're not pretty. They're the original 14-inch rallies. I do think that that's kind of cool. The other wheels, tires, need to get cleaned up, put on. Probably a spare considering the distance we're driving. All good. All right, let's keep going down the list. The linkages, all the linkages, to be honest, like I said, I'm new. The linkages scare me a little bit, but I know a guy who has done these before, so I may call in a little bit of help on a few things. Getting the shifter, all of the glass, be nice to have. So technically, those are nice, not really must-haves, more in the nice-to-have camp. But it's in the goal to get in the next 30 days. So all the glass and the seals, getting the hood, doors, fenders, those things put back on as much as possible. They may not be body worked in time for the next 30 days, but hopefully we do get a little bit of extra time. Hopefully things go well. We can get ahead and knock those out. All right, the whole front end, bumpers, grill, all of that. Gotta find all of that stuff. I basically, when I started this car, it's just a big pile of parts. So I gotta get that cleaned up. Locks, probably be good if I'm gonna park this thing in a hotel parking lot. Seat belts, gotta get some seat belts, safety first. And some other nice to haves, but we'll see how it goes. So lots to do, but this is a sweet car. This is an awesome car. I love this car. I've been working on it, as I said, but this is really the time where I'm gonna grind and try to get this thing done in the next 30 days to get it on the road. And then that gives me another month to try to build the reliability, because realistically it's gonna have problems. So to be able to do that drive and race it, I need that extra time on the back end to both catch up on the things that aren't done and be able to get that reliability in. All right, so I'm not gonna cut any corners on it. I really care about this car, care about this engine. It's not getting blown up. I am gonna do it right, but I am gonna bust my ass to get it done, but I'm not gonna cut any corners. All right, so let's talk about Callout. Honestly, I don't have anybody specific in mind, but I'm hoping by putting this out there, you guys will be able to help me find a good race, or if you're watching this and you think it might be a good matchup, hit me up. So who I'm looking to race, I want to race somebody that embodies the same spirit as what this channel is about. So as I said, I'm all about the DIY and kind of learning and going through stuff. So I definitely want, you know, a DIYer and somebody, a driver, who is driving their car to the event to race and drive home. So since this is a mopar, I think it'd be awesome to also, like, I'll race anybody there, but it would be awesome to maybe be able to take on one of the Ford or Chevy guys. You know, nobody likes those Chevy guys. And if I race one of those guys, I'm probably more likely to win, right? But no, in all seriousness, you know, I'm still running the 2.94 gears. Maybe I'll get those updated. This car's probably not going to be that fast. To me, this is just a huge achievement to be able to build this car, be able to take it down and run it at the event. I'm not really that concerned about winning or losing. To me, getting down there and running the event is the win. So, and just looking to meet some cool people. So, Buzz, John, if you're seeing this, hook me up with some shares and connect me. If you know anybody who's a good fit, hook me up with them. All right, so I really appreciate everybody who's been with me on my journey so far the last 2 years of getting this thing to this point. And so thank you guys so much. And I really look forward to sharing with you guys as we get this thing on the road. Since I'm going to be grinding really hard in the next 30 days trying to get it done, I'm going to make, the plan is to just make a little 5-minute video every day that I'm going to post just to share where I'm at, what I'm working on, and the issues that I run into. So be looking for those 30 days of Duster build starting right now. If you want to support the channel, I would appreciate it if you guys would head on over to the Facebook page and like and follow our Facebook page. Also, if you have some friends who are into DIY hot rodding, please consider sharing this channel with them. So right now what we're working on is getting the whole steering from the whole front suspension steering setup. Getting the steering gear in is a bit of a nightmare because I already had too many things in with the headers and just the fit issues. I'll tell you guys more about that tomorrow. But basically gonna grind away on this thing. Look forward to having you guys along for the ride. 30 days of Duster Buzz. Take care. We'll see you guys soon.